Samarayam Rasokyesha Param Drishtva Nivartate Yatato Hiopi Kaunteya Purushasya Vipastita Indriyani Pramathini Haranti Prashabhang Manaha. So let us read the English. Karmajang, page 179. The wise, imbued with one mind, renouncing the fruits of their actions, freed from the fetters of birth and state. When your understanding transcends the taint of delusion, then shall you gain indifference to the things heard and those yet to be heard. When your intellect, tossed about by the conflict opinions, has become poised and firmly fixed in equilibrium, then you shall get into yoga. Or is mark of the man of a steady, steadfast wisdom, steeped in samadhi. How does the man firm in wisdom speak? How you walk? The blessed Lord said, when a man abandons, O Partha, all the desires of the heart and is satisfied in the self by the self, then is he said to be stable in wisdom. He whose mind is not perturbed by thy adversity, who does not crave for happiness, who is free from fondness, fear, and anger, is the Muni of constant wisdom. He who is unattached everywhere, who is not delighted at receiving good, not dejected at coming by evil, it is poised in human wisdom. Like a tortoise, its limbs he can withdraw the senses from sense objects. His wisdom is then set fire. Sense objects drop up from the abstinent man, though not longing for them. His longing also ceases when he intuits the Supreme. The excited senses, O son of Kunti, is impetuously carry away the mind of a man, striving for perfection. So we are on the page 89. So verse number 9, when there is the Bhagavat, when this anthology that was said, the first 5 verses already we read, verse number 9. The first 5 verses quoted early, that was from the Bhagavata, are by way of salutation to the Lord. Next 4 means end, where it ends in the 9. They are the compiler's introduction about his own words, the book. Now the text proper begins here when the sutta verses, that sutta's verses stating that religion and spirituality are based on devotion to God. Do you get it or not? Or you have no book?
We got it.
Huh?
Yes. Oh, okay, sure.
We have already done verse number 10.
1 to 10 was done.
Okay, that I know. Now, what Sutta said. Sutta, now go back to this up to 9 verse. It is all the Vishnu Puri who wrote this, composed this book. It is his praise to his Guru, as also about the glory of this study of this book, as he intended to say. he has mentioned in up to 9 verse. And 10th verse is the verse where Sutta is saying what he said about the glorification of the bhakti, the path of bhakti. And that is 1, 2, 6. That's why you see 10th verse, its reference point is 1.2.6.
No, but first 5 are also from Bhagavata. What Shuka said.
There are the first 5 verses quoted are from Bhagavata, are by the way of salutation to the Lord. The next 4 is the compiler introduction. So first they are also from Bhagavata, but they are not the important part of the book, but it is a salutation of the good Lord to Lord Krishna. And now the 10th verse, again it comes back to proper Sutta, who is the, by whose grace we got this entire book. So the Savai 10th verse we have read it. What is that? Savai pungshang paro dharma. That is this paro dharma. 10th verse.
Yes.
Savai pungshang paro dharma. That is verily the supreme duty. Dharma is a duty. Yato bhakti radhakshade, then in which is following such activities that will generate bhakti, love, for adhoksaja means Krishna, the Lord Vishnu. And ahituki apratihata, quality, it will earn, ahetuk means not with any cause. This bhalavasa, this love has no, because of this I love. From no personal agenda. You can say there is no agenda in it. Extraneous, free from all extraneous motives. And then it says apratihata. It is unshakable. That bhakti, it continuously flows as it were. It cannot be removed or it cannot be detached. And then Ahitaka Jaya Atma Suprasidati, by which, by such devotion, one's mind, I hear Atma mane, Jivatma, one attains supreme peace, Suprasidati, Prasanna, it becomes full of peace. So that means the very first verse is very important. You can say the glorification of the bhakti. Adhoksaje bhakti. People love many objects, but that bhakti is not being talked about. That bhakti, adhoksaja is the Lord or Krishna here, Narayana. That love, and what type of love? Many people may love Krishna also for some other reason. Artha jiggasu arthati. Some may go to say, oh Lord, I am in physical ailment, please help me. I am financial crisis. They are also bhakta. But that bhakta is not, he is talking the real definition of bhakti. It's a definition of bhakti, beautiful bhakti definition. We can really mention that. That bhakti is adhoksaja bhakti, the bhakti to the Krishna, who ahituki, that bhakti, there are no hetu. Hetu means cause. We do things because there is some cause. And if there is no cause, we don't do this thing, we don't see that thing, we don't eat, we don't go. There is no cause. So there is no effect. No cause, no effect. So here, this bhakti, which is flows towards the Lord as ahetu, on this no hetu. 1 point, apratihata. It is apratihata means, it is apratihata, the army entered into the opposite camp, apratihata, obstructed. So bhakti moves, there is no obstacle. That means my mind is not leaning this way or leaning that way. This pure mind, what is totally. And Jaya, if you have these two qualities, then Atma Suprasidati. Atma means the mind of the devotee gets perfect peace. Suprasidati. That's why the mind attains to supreme peace. Now, second noun, let us go to the 11th verse. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita janayati ashu vairagyam jnanam jattad ahitukum. So Vasudeva Bhakti. Bhakti to the Vasudev. Vasudev, we have that you should all remember the top of the page 89. You see the English translation. There, the Krishna, the meaning of the deity with different language when this book will refer many times. It is Vasudeva, it is Narayana, it is Vishnu. When it is etc., then what are the meaning? He has given the meaning. We read the other day who is called Vasudeva. You see, go to the page, top of the page 89. Same page, top. See, within single quote, he in whom all beings dwell. So that is called Vasudeva. Don't think Vasudeva is the boy Krishna or the who is fire. What is human? Through the human, the Supreme is working. So take that idea. So don't when you read the book, as the dualistic people will think, only Vasudeva is that man. No. He is essentially, he is whom all beings dwell. That cosmic consciousness. See? That is the idea. It ought to explain Vasudeva. Normally 99% of the people when they talk about Krishna or Vasudeva or Devaki Nandan, of course Devaki is Nandan, or Narayana, it is all meant for Krishna. But Narayana means what? See, it is Narayana is the resting place for all jivas, all created beings rest on that. Like the ocean is the resting place of all the waves. No? That is Narayana.
The Yoga that you have translated there, Vivekananda Swami said that Vasudeva came from the root Vash. Vash means is to cover, and because he is covering everything, so that is why he is Vasudeva.
Say that is the it is the explanation of the Swami. So here also it is the explanation of real explanation.
Both are right.
The same. This is what they are saying is a coincidence.
Even the name Krishna.
Korsati iti Krishna.
Attraction.
Korsati, akarsati. And Krishna also means he who attracts the whole universe. Whole universe is God is attracting us. We do not know. Any attraction we feel for anything in the world, we do not know it is God's attraction. If one knows that it's God's attraction, it will be so pure and so uplifting that it is really, that is the purpose. That's why the people of wisdom is get attracted to see the outside world and see the glory of God. It is no more a beauty of a tree, plant, sun, moon, earthly material, but it is all glory of the Lord. So that is here Vasudeva. Now he's telling Vasudeva, we have to mean Vasudeva means that which in whom all being is resting place of all being. So that Vasudeva. Now that is Bhagavati. That's God. He is God. So Bhagavati is the seventh derivative. In that Bhagavan, in whom all rest, Vasudeva Bhagavati, Bhakti Yoga Prajojita. When the Lord, the practice of communion, Prajojita means engaged. When one engages in the Prajojito, his mind, how he will connect with the Lord. It is by all connection is my mind. So Prajojito Bhakti Yoga. That practice of communion with the Lord Vasudeva, that is true. Bhakti Yoga means true connection by what? By love, devotion. Having loving devotion, Bhakti Yoga, what has? Janayati. It generates. It creates. What? Ashu. Ashu means quickly. People say, Vedanta says what? Viveka, Vairagya. These are the fundamental quality. Then, if you have that quality, then you can be a student of Vedanta. But what he's saying, this, if love for Krishna goes in this way, Bhagavan, that Bhagavan Krishna, Vasudev, who is the in which everything, the whole universe is dwelled on that, if that it is engaged, one is engaged in mind with devotion, if that is done, that is Vairagya will be natural. See, very simple thing. Vairagya, renunciation becomes spontaneous. Why people will run for any other thing? Because there is the weak point. Link, connection, anchor, mental anchor is. But if love for Vasudeva in Bhagavati Vasudeva, that love, tremendous love goes, it is engaged, prajojito. That means this translation is very good. This is Swami, our Swami, what is called? Our Swami, Madras, no, from Madras. Tapushananda. He is one of our vice president Maharaj. He was one of our vice presidents. Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj worked with him. When he was the head, Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj worked. He was the editor. First he went to do the puja and started. So later on he retired and then another Swami came. So anyhow, so Janayati Asu Vairagyam and Jnanam. Understand? Right knowledge. What is right knowledge? Knowledge is God is the only reality. Others are wrong. That means when the mind is attached to Krishna in such an intensity that there is unobstructed pull, then what will happen? All the other things go. That means you are established in Vairagya. And what is knowledge? God is the only truth, other things unreal. That's why you are not attracted to the unreal thing, you are attracted to the real thing. See, the value of each word is so important. That's why it is Bhagavad. These scriptures are so great and grand. No, you superficially you see, you can read the meaning, run over. But you think in our life, now practice in our life. We say Jnana Bhakti distinction. There is no distinction. If you are a real Jnana Yogi, what will you do? God, Brahman alone is true. All else is false. We say, but where the mind goes? If you can do, that's a practice. Brahman alone is true. What I see is not real. This is one approach. Another approach, no. Ramakrishna. He is the essence of everything. And what Ramakrishna? He is the substratum on which the whole universe, sun, moon, stars, galaxies, human being, everything is all resting on that reality. If that is the truth, then if that intensity, that's why it is said, love, in our tradition, Mahapurush Maharaj, Shivananda and others, they teach us, love Thakur. Then your whole life will be peaceful. Then your attraction will not go anywhere. Then you will be established automatically in Vairagya, renunciation. Automatically you will be established in what is called Jnana. What is Jnana? Jnana is, what is truth? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. That is Jnana. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. That's all. That's the Jnana. What else is Jnana? Sri Ramakrishna says, Ak Gyan, Bahu Gyan, Agyan. Only if you know that one, that is called Gyan. And you, in the material plane, you know many things, you are a Mahajnani. People say, oh my God, he knows so many things. He has read this, he has read that, he knows this. But that is the worldly sense. But spiritual sense, knowing God alone is called the knowledge. So you see on how it matches. Say here it is said, Janayati, it generates. How it generates? You need not have to do other practice. Love Ramakrishna. Love Krishna, which is your chosen ideal. More intensely. What will happen? Everything will drop off. And you will be Vairagya. That means it is generating Vairagya, it is generating Jnana by only loving it. And when really that's why it is said, Jnana Yoga is only fit for those people who have practiced bhakti for a long time. Why? This bhakti practice, not in this life, not necessarily that one should have to do it all in one life. They have their past. Some people are inclined and they are very happy with that type of thing. That means we have to see, along with that, it is not only theoretical, but really feeling the attraction for the truth and truth alone beyond time, name and form. That which is attracting our attention, that is disturbing our life every day with unnecessary news, unnecessary information. How we crave for information. From morning onward, you see the whole world is waiting for information. Newspaper, oh my God. Some people in the breakfast table, not no, many people, retired people, they spend 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Every line they read with so much attention. The life is blessed there. And what that nonsense information? All rubbish. And they are not satisfied. Then go sit before the movie, television. Then not only news, then go for this, go for that, go for that, go for. I'm a knowledgeable person. I want to know whole world. And that's you see, have no time for just diving there. Intense love for. So Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prajojito. If it is Prajojito, it's engaged with Bhakti Yoga, with connection with Bhakti devotion, Janayati, it will generate, it will create automatically Vairagya. You will be established, you not have to struggle for Vairagya, you will be established in Vairagya. You will not have to struggle for Jnana, that is Jnana, knowing only God is the only reality. Everything else automatically, otherwise, how will we be involved into it? If you are, and that brings the connection of the heart also. All experiences, joy and connection comes, and that is called Jnanam Jattat. Which Jnanam? Not intellectual Jnanam. Ahetukam. Fundamental Ahetuk Bhakti. Now Ahetuka is being explained in this. What is Ahetuki Bhakti? Ahetuki Bhakti is that when one's mind gets engaged in that intense love for God or that type of devotion, practice of devotion, that he forgets other things, all the pool of material objects or whatever, anything, and that generates automatically Vairagya and automatically Jnana. Now, the practice of communion with Lord Vasudeva through loving devotion, that is called the Bhakti Yoga, loving devotion, quickly generates this passion for worldly objects as also intuition of the Supreme Being. Here is called intuition. Here is explained intuition, jnana. Yeah, because it is not the parabhakti generated, but it is the practicing bhakti yoga. That's why Thakur said, be sincere. Whatever you do, if you are sincere, God realization is possible. Follow Jnana Yoga, okay, Bhakti Yoga. But this is the glory of Bhakti Yoga. To understand Bhakti Yoga in proper perspective. Millions of people are doing puja and going to temple and performing things. But if with this philosophy, if one can start practicing, then that path is unique. You reach the same end result. We call the end result, or the jnana can take you. But what your dhyana yoga can take it. That means when you are really pulled into such depth of attraction, what happens? The world drops for you. That means you are then established in your with God and you. No? That is the absolute. What you do in meditation. We try to do that. To withdraw our mind from different attracting objects, pull it inside, and take it to the point where I and my beloved, and that I and my beloved is so deep that there is nothing but I and him. And then everything drops. And it goes more intense, it is savikalpa, and it goes more into nirvikalpa. So the result is the same, end result is. So this passion for the worldly objects and also intuition of this supreme being without the aid of ratiocination process of logic. In the logic, you have to argue, understand that is, this is not unreal. Why I shall not love it? Because it is unreal. If it is unreal, why I shall spend my time? I have lost many of my days of my life in this worthless thing. Why I shall be interested in it? People don't understand. interested in thousand things. This is externalizing our energy, frittering away our energy. 100 things to know. Inquisitive. Who is coming? What is happening? Who went there? How did it go? And did you see it? How did it? Why? Why are you spending your day and night in these worthless issues? If you are responsible for something given, that's why in our tradition it says, don't pull yourself in diverse direction unless you are asked to do something. And when it is given to do that, do only that. And hands free. And rest of the time you feel, what is the purpose of life? And even in doing, you think what you are doing here. Very important point. Otherwise, no, all this study and reason is only, it is a ratiocination of the logic. You are trying to understand, oh, this is this, oh, this is this, this is this, only intellectualizing, or like a dry almanac book, which speaks of tons of rain, but you squeeze and force, not a drop comes out. Intellectually, much thing is jumping here, but it does not give any one point of love here, so that you feel, you come out of meditation, your face will be beaming with joy. You'll feel, wow, what a good mood it was created, no? And oh my God! And if you really do that, then you'll see in the trees and plants, in the leaves, in the animals, whatever you see, it's a transformed outlook. Because Vasudeve Bhakti Parabhakti. Vasudeve Bhagavati. That Bhagavan who is Vasudev, and Bhakti Yoga, if his project is engaged in that Bhakti Yoga, in this practice of spiritual and devotional practice, then Janayati, it will generate. Ashu means quickly, instantly. As soon as you really love God, that much you are detached from the world. But we want to attach to the world. That is our good duty, to attach more and more and more. How much you talk, that's one thing. But in life, attach. And that is, now go to the big verse on the second verse. You see how many lines you see. That is the 12th verse, 8.
But in case of Bhakta, like that, say Tulsidas, he was so much concentrated with his wife's name and form. And then he replaced that wife name and form with Sri Ramachandra. Then he became Tulsidas. So then it is not the attachment like that. That attachment leads to divine detachment. So that is.
Tulsidas is an exception. He has his own past. But that you cannot, then the whole world should teach that, follow that line. No one should read Bhagavad then. Don't read Vedanta then. You go that process.
But he is Bhakta.
Bhakta, it's exceptional. This is to citation that if you are even attached, you can switch immediately. But Chirok, that everyone should practice the love for each other. Go. The whole world is crazy for the love. Go. Intensely love. And that will one day it will turn. Yes, go for that path. Not for Vedanta. Not for monastic life. Not for Bhakta life in Ramakrishna tradition. If it is there, I am already in the family. I am already attached to the world. But if it by that attachment can be converted into the twisted. When Tulsidas loved God, then he was loving the wife till then.
No, he just transferred from this.
That's how transfer. You do the transfer. It is like the book transfer to here.
No.
You can do that.
Fast he got 1.2.
So you go follow him then, not here. You can follow here as a monk or a nun or a devotee. You go in that tradition, follow that tradition, go. The whole world is doing that. Get battered from the household life, go. This relationship, this, that, and then your boiragya will come. And then, not that I'm not criticizing, but the point you are saying, you are not taking the mean, supreme ideal from here. You are giving a ideal which is for specific for majority of the people who are already in that. They think I am learned. Ramakrishna said, Why? I love my bhaipo, nephew. What Ramakrishna said? Yes. Why to love your bhaipo? But substitute it. And naturally, what will happen? If one can substitute that love, then that will be divine love. Love is true love. Love in the world, there is only one love. Love for all the five senses experience is also love for God. Only when purified, it becomes divine love. Atmendriya priti ichha tare koy kam. Krishna indriya priti ichha dhare prem naam. Vaishnava literature is a very vital, powerful statement. What is the difference between kama and prema? Kama is when atma indriya priti ichha. I want to grab it, I like it, I perceive, therefore I want to do it, I will do. And I force everyone to do that. That is called kama. And I am doing it what? Only to please the Lord Krishna. So, সব শাস্ত্রগুলো তো তাহলে all the scriptures are to be thrown away if you take that philosophy. How you counter thought comes? Why counter thought comes? Why this thought to be engaged and deepened into our heart? If you say that this loving the husband and wife or the paramarth love, Billa Mongol is an example. So go, everyone, let me Billa Mongol. He loved the prostitute lady and was so fond of her that she could not wait one night without her. And that day his father died, and he did the shraddh, seven-headed and doing all the rituals, and it became late. But that night his father died. Mind should be different plane. He could not resist. And the lady used to live across the river. All the boats are gone. So then he swam, and he didn't know. He didn't oblivious whether I shall die, I shall cross, or what am I holding. So he's holding some corpse in the darkness, not knowing all these things. And even smelling, he does not understand. And he went and knocked at the door of that lady. And seeing that situation, that lady said, have you loved this flesh and bone like this? Have you loved Lord Krishna? Or have you loved God? You have realized God. And this quick, one split moment, his understanding came. Because how did you come? Well, I came by swimming. Why it is so much smell? I do not know what. I do not know. He does not know even what he is doing. His mind is so attracted to that lady. And she became the real guru then. And then, actually then, Billa Mangal became the Billa Mangal story. This is an exceptional point where turning point can done. So that exceptional process, if everyone wants to go, then what is this general spiritual life? That may be exceptional people, the exceptionally who are obsessed with such things, that may be a great lesson for them. In their life, obsessed people are there in this world. Sense obsessed. Alcoholic addiction. Alcoholic addiction, sex addiction, this addiction. There are people in the world. But for the general people, how they will move in the spiritual life? Will they go to have that type of obsession, and then he will realize God, like we Billa Mangal? So this is the point to understand. Don't mix up the high philosophy with this thing. These are inspiration for the devotees who are anyway for life situation has taken them to that type of situation, and his mind is caught into the trap of that. For them it is a great lesson. If Billa Mangal can forget his father's death, he cremated the body. In Hindu system, you have to cremate. Son is to put the fire in the body, dead body. And that, after seeing the ashes, seeing the total ruin of the dead body, at that day he had so much obsession for that, without She cannot live one night. And they see what he did. He jumped, forgot about whether what mother is doing, what others are thinking. No consideration, no thought. It is such pull. He jumped into, and no boat. And it's a storm. It is raining, pouring heavily. And forgetful of all odd circumstances and things. And he swam the river and came anyway. How he came, he does not know. And then knocking at the door of the lady. So this is the point. See, even that lady became the guru, no? And said that you are so much fond of this flesh and bone. Had you loved God? Had you this any little bit of this love for God? You have seen God. And that, just at that moment, it became what? How it worked at that moment, God knows. But it worked for him. That's why Birla Mangal's story is so beautiful. So this is the point, extreme, and that extreme incident is for people to follow, those who are in that category. But what for us? We are not loving things like in that degree. But what will be our way? This is the general way. It is the royal path. You are talking about the Thakur said. You can reach the roof of a building. How? By a scaffolding. The bamboo people do in India. Here all mechanized. But India, how they do? That's only pull bamboo and then make a steps like that and hold. Someone can go with a pole only bamboo, one piece of bamboo, and you can reach there. Someone can go with a rope, pulling the rope to the dirty road, and there is also another road, royal road to reach the top floor. You know, every house has a nice steps to reach the roof. This is the royal road they are talking. Bhakti Ratnavali. Anyhow, good you say all these things, so that's why I get excited. Now, why Vasudeva, Mahavishnu, or the Supreme All-Pervading Spirit? Here's Vasudeva explanation again. Why Vasudeva, Mahavishnu, or the Supreme All-Pervading Spirit alone should be the object of worship is stated in the words of Sri Shuta. Now, Shuta is saying why that type of extreme object of worship, extreme object of love should be God. Why? Now goes. Now let us read this 4 verses, 8 lines. Sattvam rajastama iti prakrite gunaste yukta para purusha eka ihasya dhatte Sthityadaye horivirinchi horeti sangaha Sre amshi tatra khalu satta tanurnrinam shu ato vai kavayo nityam Bhaktim paramaya muda Vasudeve bhagavati kurvanti atma prasadanim mumukshavo dhughora rupan hitva bhuta patin atha narayana kala shanta bhajanti hi anasuyava. Baba, Virat Bhakar. Sattang rajastamaiti prakritir gunaha. You know, prakriti is having 3 gunas. Hey, prakriti has 3 gunas.
Yes, Maharaj.
That's why saying Sattang rajastama. Sattagun, rajagun and tamagun iti Prakiter gunaha. These are the gunas of the Prakriti. Te yukta para purusha eko iha asadatte. It is only Purusha is only one consciousness. Yukta, it has been connected. Three gunas Prakriti connected with the Purusha. This whole creation runs. So the one supreme being, the translation, one supreme being uniting himself for the purpose of cosmic manifestation. Triguna, Prakriti and Purusha. Then creation comes. It's creation theory according to Shankar. So cosmic manifestation with the threefold aspect of the Prakriti. What are those? Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Assumes the name of Hori Vishnu with the next line. Sthitva sthiti adaye. Sthiti adaye means you have to split the sandhi. If you split the sandhi, many meaning will be easy. Sthiti adayo. Sthiti means sthiti, sthiti, srishti, sthiti, pralaya. The sthiti means existence. This existence of this creation comes. Sthiti adayo. Adayo means two. Other. Ityadi. Sthiti, etc. What sthiti means? Sthiti means existence, destruction, creation. All this. Adi means three things together. Sthiti adaya. Assumes the name of Hori, Birinchi and Hara. Hori, Birinchi, Hareti Sangha. And that we call three gunas. Hori kake bole? Hori, Hara, Hori, Birinchi, Hara. Hara is Shiva. Shiva is destruction. And Hori is what? Vishnu. And Birinchi is Brahma. So these three parts, Vishnu, Shiva and Brahma. These three names are given because the three gunas associating with the Purusha, who is one. Purusha is one. See, it is Sankha. No, you can bring Vedanta here. Three guna Prakriti. Sattva Rajatama or Prakriti or another language Maya coming in contact with the Purusha takes the first creation. Who is created? Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the nurturer, and Hara, the Shiva, the destroyer. So the three names have been given, but in a different way. Hori, Birinchi, Hara. Hori, we know, he is the Lord who, Krishna, Narayana. We always say, oh, Hori, Shiva, Vishnu in his Sayan, Padma Sayan, Hori. And Birinchi is Brahma. So Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, they are called. So say we take the three lines. First 12th verse. First, this as far as we read, it means Sattang Raja Stamaiti Prakiter Gunahate. These are the three gunas of the Prakriti. And Yukta, it is get associated with Para Purusha. Param Purusha, the Supreme Purusha. Why Param Purusha? Also, every word should be important. Purusha, we are talking, it is, you may think about Shankha philosophy. Shankha philosophy, Purusha and Prakriti. It is not, I am not talking of that. Bhagavad is talking not that. Paraha Purusha. These are the fine lines in reading the Bhagavad. If you miss this para word, then you can explain it is a Shankha philosophy. But you add the para word, you go to the Vedanta's highest Vedanta idea. So Paraha Purusha, Ekaha. That is one. Iho Asya Dhatte. And this, in this world of creation, it dhatte, it holds sthiti adaye, sthiti, srishti, sthiti, pralaya, adi means etc. And three name, Hori, Birinchi, Hareti Sangha. Shreyangsi tatra khulu sattatar, sattata anayor nirangsu. Tanu. Yeah, Sattatanur Ninamsu. Of these, the Lord manifests in the Sattva quality. Sattva quality, Tanu means the body, Nrinam, like a human body, in the Sattva quality, Sattva Kholu Shreyangsi, for the good of the humanity, he takes in Sattva quality the form of Krishna Narayana. The Lord manifests in the Sattva aspect of Prakriti is especially conducive to the highest good, liberation. Shreyangshi Tattva Kholu Sattva Tanor Ninangsu. Ato boi kavayo nityam. Therefore, the Kobi means those who are intelligent people, those who are devotees, those who are real seeker of truth. Kobi means Kobi, the Sanskrit one means he who sees the end. That's why Rabindranath Tagore is a Kobi. He penetrates the nature's outward form and penetrates the inside and finds that connection with God everywhere. All the mystic poets which you say, they see through the nature, penetrates. That's why they see the end. We see the beginning. As I look at you, I see you, the physical form. They are my seeing ends. But seers of truth or sages, those who are called Kobi really, those are becoming philosophical more and more. They don't see the outside at all. Their attraction goes to the inside and inside and inside. We are talking about the 5 insides. So, how much they can go, that is their Kobi Drishti.
Or the connection like that. So when Thakur is looking at the lion, she is going to Divine Mother.
Right. Yeah. Whatever Sri Ramakrishna, how he goes to the deepest level. That's why Mahakobi. It's called the greatest poet. It's called poet, but Kobi means Kranta Dorshi. Kranta is the end point. He who sees that end of this creation.
And how do you spell Kobi?
Huh?
How do you spell Kobi?
K-A-B-I.
K-A-B-I.
B-I.
K-A-B-I.
Kobi.
Thank you.
So the Lord's manifestation in the Sattva aspect of Prakriti is that it is especially conducive to the highest good, liberation, as it is Sattva that generates spiritual illumination. Because Sattva always generates knowledge. Rajas, action. Tamas, forgetfulness, dullness, covering the knowledge. Lethargy, yeah. Shreyangsi tatra khulu satta tanor ninangsu ato vai kavayo nityam bhakting paramaya muda vasudeve bhagavati kurbanti atma prasadanim. Therefore, ato kavayo kovis nityam all the time, bhakting devotion, paramaya, the supreme devotion, muda means ananda, with joy, they think of me all the time. Vasudeve Bhagavati. Me means again attracted to me? No, not the man. Vasudeve Bhagavati. That Bhagavati, Bhagavan, Saptami, seventh derivative, Bhagavan become Bhagavati in Bhagavan. Bhagavati. And what is that Vasudeve? That Vasudeve, Kurbanti, does perform Atma Prasadanim. He finds the peace. Prasadam is prasannata, the joy, the peace, just absolute holiness, whatever you can say. All that means he gets prasad. Prasad means prasannata. Prasannata means peacefulness or restfulness. Not only pleasing is a superficial word. Yeah, please more than pleasing. It is pleasing means I like it, I enjoyed it. Not that. It is a procedure. It means it gets really absorbed and gets so much joy. He does not want to leave that. Therefore, for this reason, the sages practice loving devotion towards the Supreme Being as Vasudeva with their heart full of joy. Devotion gives supreme peace. Devotion gives supreme peace to the mind. Therefore, mumukshavo, there are mumukshu. Mumukshu means those who are practicing this practice of liberation. We are all mumukshu. We're all trying to get free from bondage. Mukti Ichha Mumuksha. Ichha, the desire for mukti, liberation, is called mumuksha. Mukti Ichha Mumuksha. Therefore, mumukshavo, those who have in their heart generated this feeling of what you call ichha, desire has come to be totally freed from bondage. Mumukshavo ghoru rupan hitva. They thinking it is for this reason, loving devotion to the Supreme as Vasudeva with their hearts full of joy, devotion gives the repression. The person seeking liberation through bhakti, loving devotion, worship the beatific manifestation of Narayana in preference to the terror-inspiring forms of the deity. That means other gods and goddesses people worship. People worship, there are violent forms of Mother Kali. Why they offer? Their mind is violent. They love that. He who loves, who will love what? It should match with your mind, no? So that violent mind likes violent type of. Why? Then mother will be so powerful. That is their idea. And Sattvika mind will say, mother will be all love, compassion, all beauty, all glory of the highest spirituality manifesting. No? To Ramakrishna, Mother Kali was not a horrible picture. Mother was all loving. And mother is own mother, more than own mother, crying.
It's a reflection of your mind.
Everything is a reflection on your mind. All the time the whole scripture is saying it is bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, or dhyana yoga, whatever yoga. It's all mind. Everything your mind shows, blame here. Why I see this thing? Holy Mother said, before saying anything, try to tell yourself, why do I, Swami Vivekananda, tell yourself, why do I see evil in the world? I am carrying the evil in my mind. That's why I see evil.
He said, no, fix the microcosm will take care of it.
Yeah. That's the meditation we do, to change the micro. And then the vision of the macro changes. As I said, the trees, plants, it will change its own sweetness. Every morning is the same morning, but when this you can go inside, then that day you see it totally different. You don't need anybody. You don't need to talk to anybody. You become so absorbed in yourself. It's disturbance. So that is the thing. You have to get into that point.
Prasannata is translated as serenity. Serenity, prasannata.
Serenity. Kaurupan hitta bhutaputin atha narayana kala shanta bhajanti hi anasuyava. Anasuya means those who have no asua. Asua means no have. You are free from jealousy. You are free from all negativities. That Anasuyava means Parikshit is talking about. That it is that for that person, that mumukshu people, the persons who seeking liberation, what they do, Ghoru Rupan Hitva, living, worship the beatific manifestation of Narayan in preference to the terror-inspiring form of the deity. Ghoro Rupan Hitva. That's why it is said in the household life, don't keep, mother has 10 forms. Don't think violent forms should not be kept in the household. And people feel so much effect.
I have a picture of Kali. It's Sati, I don't know where it came from, but Sati says it's the mother of the graveyard. And I don't know what to do with it, but it's in my kitchen.
For you can see mother. It's the attitude. But those who worship only that violent, we don't worship on the violent form. Even if you look at that violent form, we try to see Mother Sarvada there, full of love. No? And that violent form is to destroy the violence of the mind. If suppose, let me see. If in a home you have 3-4 children and mother If one child does so much irritating things, he goes and takes a violent form, isn't it? Same mother takes a violent form and gives some beating also. Not in this country, but in India. The same mother. Mother is the same mother who is to a child who is very soft and sober, sweet and smiling. The same mother, violent to the another, because of the violence of the child. So the divine, we are talking from the divine perspective. Divine perspective, mother has to take that form, Ghora Rupam, very violent form they have to take, and they get satisfied. Say, Ma Durga,
Yes,
though it is so sweet, but still the violent with the weapon, and this child with weapon and beat him, do some slaps, mother Sarada. See, benign, pure Sattva, super Sattva. But when that Harish, that guy who had lost his brain, and she was chasing mother, and mother was alone, going along the silos. And three times mother said, after going 3 rounds, I became so exasperated. And then that form came out of me. And what he did? Mother, she was so soft, she pulled Harish to the ground and put her knees on the chest and take out the tongue and started slapping. And that form you can find. It is called the Bagala Murti. You go to Google search, see the Bagala Murti and its description. The mother was Bagala, did the same way, punished the child. But after doing that killing, what has happened? That is you have to understand. The Ghora Rupam, the violent form of worship in Hinduism, has this spiritual significance. What they did, after slapping so much, that guy became a totally different person. Totally, he transformed. And total transformation, he became went away in Benares or someplace, and nobody knows about his other incidents, because when one goes like that, who knows where he lives? In those days, Ramakrishna Mission was not organized, and Holy Mother was not that much people to keep track. But it is hard that Horis totally changed. So by that slapping, what he's doing? He took away mother out of love, took away being violent, which is troublesome for her. Mother Saroda, who is full of love, full of compassion, to be violent like that, it's really what a terrible thing for
to
generate that type of tamas in her. Is a tremendous sacrifice. But she took that form and took away that. So, see, that's a Ghora Rupa. It may be, you go to Tantra. Tantra, you will find that Bhava. It's a Buddhistic Tantra, you go. Tantra means mother, worshipping mother in different forms. Bhava, their violent look, violent teeth, this way, that way, they're all mother's form. Huh? Why? Because these people, they like that Ghora Rupam. But this Bhakta will give up those Ghora Rupam. They will Guru Rupan Hitva, giving up. The Bhutapati Natha, the Lord, who is the Bhutapati, the creation, who is the Lord of the creation. Natha, Narayana Kala. That is called Narayana Santa Bhajanti Hi Anasuya. Therefore, person seeking liberation through bhakti, loving devotion, worship, the beatific manifestation of Narayana in preference to terror-inspiring forms of the deity, but they do not cavil at any form of worship. But they do not cavil at any form. What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah, we have already.
Cavil is.
Yeah, we have 2-3 times we have cavil means don't be jealous or don't. What is that? Cavil. Cavil.
Never heard.
It comes. We have read it here itself 2-3 times. This word comes, but it's very unusual usage in the old English. CAV CAV. তোমার বইতে আছে তো, দেখো না, last word of the fourth verse.
Last line of the translation. I have to take Shiva Maharaj
No,
to
go.
the keyboard set.
Go.
I
Now?
just want you to know.
Now?
5:45. It's 5:45. He might be wondering where I am.
Oh, go. Fine. Okay, thank you. Go. You have to cook or what?
She has to cook.
Okay, go. So we are ending here. Yeah. But become ready with this, reading these pages.
Yes, Swamiji, when you explain.
You.
To raise trivial and frivolous objection, the author cavilled about the design of the book's cover.
What is that? To
raise trivial and frivolous objection. To raise trivial objection to.
To raise severe objection to. To raise trivial, many very useless and frivolous objection. There is nothing to say, they make it a big issue. Trivial and frivolous objection. The author cavilled, the usage. The author cavilled about the design of the book's cover. Oh, this book cover, and the author talked, why this book cover? This were unnecessarily, there is no point, but creating some point and creating disturbance. That's the cavill. Transitive verse. To raise trivial objection to. He cavilled the condition of the agreement. Caviller, see cavil defined in English language. See cavil defines for kids.
Yes, Swamiji, by you explaining this, you make it very alive and very comprehensible, which is much more than just by reading it. Because you give the soul into it.
If we read only, there is no meaning. Why to read?
No, there isn't. So it's when you
useless.
just to, yeah. So I
does not mean anything.
I really appreciate it, Swamiji.
But we have not read the explanation.
No.
By the Swami.
Yes.
And here also, that's why if you want to read it,
read it on our own. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying what we studied.
Yes.
If you now can give some more time to see that, then it will be really
alive. It comes alive. That's what I mean. Yeah.
So I should put that 10 to 14.
আমার ঘরে ওইখানে স্টিকার আছে, সেই এখানে একটা লাগিয়ে দেবে, তাহলে রোজ তোমারটা একটা লাগিয়ে নেবে, এখানে একটা লাগিয়ে দেবে।
10 to 14.
Okay, Swamiji. Thank you.
10 to 14.
কিন্তু 14 আর ব্যাখ্যা হয়নি বলছেন, তাহলে
ঠিক আছে, লিখে দাও 10 to 14 ডেট আবার হবে। নিয়ে যাও না, আমার এখানে